MichaelCCorballis, The Wandering Mind, What the Brain Does When You're Not Looking. Embark on a journey into the fascinating world of the wandering mind with this summary of MichaelCCorballis, The Wandering Mind, What the Brain Does When You're Not Looking. Discover the role of the default mode network and the benefits and drawbacks of a mind that wanders. Learn about the 3 levels of memory that dictate where our wandering minds go, the impact of amnesia and false memories, and how our mind can wander into someone else's thoughts. Finally, explore the vital connection between mind wandering and creativity, including the concept of incubation.
The ups and downs of a wandering mind. Do you ever find your mind wandering when you're supposed to be focused and working? You might assume that your brain isn't doing anything important, but that's not the case. When your mind wanders, it's actually using almost as much energy as it does when you're concentrating. This is because different parts of your brain are active during different activities. When you're focused, certain regions of your brain are activated, but when you start to daydream, the default mode network kicks in. Although this network is spread out across the brain and isn't directly involved in the task at hand, there is still plenty of activity happening. While a wandering mind can be distracting and lead to less happiness and premature aging, it's also crucial for creative thinking and problem solving. In fact, some of the world's greatest inventors and artists have found inspiration from their wandering minds. So, the next time your mind starts to drift, don't assume it's a bad thing. It might just lead you to your next big breakthrough. 3 levels of memory. Our minds often wander to past experiences or future anxieties, and these wandering thoughts can be categorized into 3 levels of memory. The first level consists of basic skills, such as walking or writing, and daydreams about skills we desire. The second level is knowledge, which includes words, languages, and information we have learned, and is where most creative wandering takes place. The third and final level is episodic memory, which contains specific and personal moments that define our sense of self but can grow fuzzy with age. These levels explain why our minds often take journeys into different memories. The fragility of memories. Memories can be distorted, implanted, and lost due to illnesses or mental health. This summary discusses how our memories are shaped and can influence our present. Have you ever taken a stroll down memory lane and cherished a moment relived through your mind's eye? Losing access to those memories or not being able to create new ones is a painful experience, as experienced by people with amnesia due to illness or mental health issues. The famous case of Henry Molaison, who underwent an operation, was unable to learn anything new even though he could remember the events prior to his surgery. His mind was stuck in a permanent present, unable to navigate between the past and present. However, everyone is susceptible to false memories, influencing the way our mind wanders. Our memories aren't permanent, and every time we recollect them, they can be reshaped. The human brain can even implant false memories, with 1/4 of test subjects able to remember events that never took place. The experiment conducted by psychologist Elizabeth Loftus illustrates how memories can be distorted. As memories constantly reshape, they may lead the mind to wander into something that never happened, feeling so real that they can fool a lie detector. Memories are fragile, both through illness and distortion, making it crucial to understand how they shape our understanding of the present. Unlocking minds. Our mind-wandering ability allows us to peek into someone else's mind and read their thoughts. This insight isn't a result of a psychic power but our powers of observation and cultural experience that our brain develops. The default mode network in our brain is responsible for this, active when we think about potential social interactions that might become awkward. Mind-wandering lets us navigate through such terrain as we can quickly determine what people may or may not know about a particular subject, which helps us respond appropriately. We can also discern a person's emotional state and decides whether saying something might offend them. Brain scans have proven that it is possible to wander into someone else's mind and know what they are thinking with accurate precision. The evolution of storytelling. Humans are unique among mammals in their long history of storytelling. In hunter-gatherer societies, storytelling was a means of passing down important information and preserving survival techniques. The role of the storyteller was highly respected in these societies. Creative daydreaming likely contributed to the development of language, enabling more effective sharing of knowledge and more elaborate stories. Language also allowed for communication of abstract ideas like living beings and new inventions. While some stories were inspired by real-life experiences, others required fantasy and gripping narrative. The wandering mind was crucial to this sort of creativity. Today, storytelling remains a powerful tool for transmitting knowledge and shaping cultural identities. The power of a wandering mind. Many people turn to drugs to find inspiration, but they have many negative side effects. Instead, a safer route to creativity is through the wandering mind and a process called incubation. By developing our best ideas in our center of creativity, the default mode network, while focusing our attention elsewhere, we activate our minds to come up with innovative ideas. For example, taking a break with a mundane task allows our minds to wander, activating the default mode network, and we return to the creative task more inspired. In contrast, taking a break that requires using our memory will lead to a lack of inspiration. The message is simple: you don't need drugs to be creative. Let your mind wander and reap the rewards. From Charles Dickens to Steve Jobs, many famous artists have used alcohol and drugs for inspiration, but it is not the only path to creativity.
In conclusion, the wandering mind offers valuable insights into the way our minds are constantly at work, even when they seem to be unfocused. Through the activation of the default mode network, our wandering minds can have both positive and negative effects on our lives, from distractions and unhappiness to sparking creativity and enhancing empathy. By understanding the complexities of our wandering minds, we can harness the potential that lies within, and use it for our own personal growth and benefit.